You're in tune to Chicago's most popular college music radio station. 89.3 is WKKC. This is Focus Talk, the thought-provoking, solution-oriented talk show daring to make a difference in our communities. We're talking on a regular basis. Why? Because the answers really matter. What are we talking about? Hey, I'm glad you asked. We're talking about politics, religion, personal development, education, entertainment, history, and then from time to time, we are highlighting positive people who are doing positive things in and around the city of Chicago and throughout the nation. I'm your host, Dennis Snipe. Joining me today in the studio is Miss Asiaha Butler, who is the president of RAGE. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here and sharing some information with me. Now, I know that RAGE, R-A-G-E, is an acronym.
Yes.
But what does it stand for?
The Resident Association of Greater Inglewood.
Okay. So now, what does the Resident Association of Greater Inglewood do?
So what we do, we really mobilize residents here in the community in Inglewood to really force change. I mean, I think we all are aware that it's issues that plague the Inglewood community. And so we feel like the residents are the people on the front line that can really help impact a positive change in the community. So we do that by having village meetings. We mobilize them. We give them tons of information about issues that impact them on their block and the community as a whole.
Okay. Now, Asia, help me with this. It seems as if though that Inglewood gets a bad rap
all the time
in the media.
Yes.
And if you are living on the other end of town, or matter of fact, if you are living outside of Chicago and you hear the things on the radio or see the news reports on television, you would really think that Inglewood is Little Beirut.
Yeah, you would. I think that's the perception for people outside of Inglewood, as well as some of the residents who may feel that it's that way. And what we do in our association, we've been doing this for the longest, is rebranding the community and showing them another side, another narrative, and really highlighting some of the great people and initiatives that are happening in our community.
Okay. And so how do you go about doing that, considering that at times certain things that have been indelibly impressed in the psyche of people, it's hard to erase?
Yes. You know, my motto is community development without buildings. So it's really the mindset that we're trying to shift. So we have to show people the positivity, show people the beauty, talk about it in every medium that we can. We had a show on CAN TV called The Inglewood Call that was a whole show about all the great things happening within the community. We are on social media all the time, highlighting our young people, our elders, people on the block, some of the assets in the communities, our parks, our churches, the schools. So we have to constantly almost inundate our followers and our members with positive images over and over again. And that has really helped shift the way they feel about their community. And now so many of RAGE members are just so proud, not only to be a part of RAGE, but to live in the community. And it's contagious. Everyone has that same narrative that they're sharing on their blocks. And we feel like that's really how we can help make a change.
Asia, since we're here and since we're talking about Inglewood, toot your horn and tell me about some of the great things that are going on in Inglewood, some of the great things that RAGE has been responsible for.
Yeah, so, I mean, we've done a lot of great things. One thing that we do that we love is in the summer where we take back the parks in the name of peace. We feel like residents and young people should be able to come in the parks, have a great time with their grandmother, with their 2-year-olds. And so we've been doing this for 4 years where we go to several different parks throughout the Inglewood community. And we basically call it like a peace takeover. And that's been a way that residents come in, they learn about RAGE, they have resources readily available for them. Jobs are available sometimes at So First Saturdays. And it's just another way that we highlight our parks and actually have like our own festival that we do every year. So that's one thing that we love. And it's the summer. So that's what we're like really hot on the market doing right now.
So those festivals that take place in the park, do they happen on certain days or they happen just one time?
So they're often? You know what? They're probably like 3 weeks apart from each other.
Okay.
You know, we started as early as May 28th, and we're going all the way to October 1st this time. This is the first time we went that long. So yeah, they have different days, July 16th, July 30th, August 20th. On our website, we have all the tour dates listed, and that's at www.rageinglewood.org. And any of our social media sites, you would definitely see when we're doing that.
Okay. Give me that once more.
Yes,
again.
www.rageinglewood.org. Another positive thing that Rage was at the forefront of is this large lot program. So I wanted a vacant lot that was owned by the city, and I didn't want to pay a lot of money for it, but I wanted to take over that lot. And there was no policy in place at the time. And so we went to the city and Department of Planning, and we said residents who live here should be able to purchase a lot on their block for $1. And they said, well, tell us more. Would residents be interested in that? So we went and surveyed. We talked to residents. So many residents were interested in acquiring this land. And next thing you know, a policy passed through city council, and over 300 people in Inglewood was able to purchase lots on their block. So that is another, I think, initiative that we've done that really now has taken over the whole entire city, because now they're in Auburn Gresham, they're on the west side, they're everywhere. So
oh, that's awesome. So therefore, now it's only Inglewood residents.
So we started it. The pilot was in Inglewood because of the work of Rage. It started in Inglewood, and now it's all over the city. So right now the application process is closed for Inglewood because they're going to other parts of the city. Okay. And hopefully it comes back. We're thinking maybe in the fall of this year or spring of next year.
So Asia, riddle me this. What would a resident do with an empty piece of land, an empty parcel?
So a couple of things. I'm into real estate as well. First off, you're adding value to your property, so if you decide to sell, which we hope people don't, they are now selling an estate, not only the home, but also a large lot. And then a lot of our members want communal space. They want gardens. They want places that people can play chess. They want to do art. I want to do art. So it's all different type of things that people want to do, and they want to engage the whole block into repurposing this vacant lot, because right now it's just an eyesore and just collecting dust.
Wouldn't the upkeep be expensive?
I don't think so. I mean, right now we have a landscaper who's cutting ours, and it's not that expensive. And I've owned a lot before, and the taxes are pretty minimum. So I think for the people who was interested, the homeowners, they knew that they wanted to do something special on their block. And so that's why they acquired it. And now they're fencing in. Now they're putting things inside of it. Some people want a dance floor. Some people want a place where the elders can come and sit. So it's all different type of things that people are doing with their lots.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Because you never really think about it that in that particular manner, you think that it'll be an additional expense.
Yeah.
But
no.
You pointed out that it's not.
Yeah, it can add value. And I think what a lot of us in a community like Inglewood, they're afraid that they may not have a stake in the community anymore. And it really just gave them an additional stake. If they already own a home, now they're owning lots on their block as well. To us, we want to own the blocks. We don't want to just own one piece of property. I think in a community like Inglewood, you want to have as much investment as you can. And it also, again, a mental psyche that this is investing in your own community.
That is awesome. Now, what are some of the other things that Rage is doing?
So, God, we're always so busy. So we do a lot of work around civic engagement. We started a campaign called Inglewood Votes, where we really get people out about voting, also do awareness. We've been pushing the conversation about what happens to our closed schools and really holding our elected officials accountable about really making these closed schools workforce development centers, and just thinking of innovative ways that the schools that were closed in our community could be something else. We also work a lot with the schools and the current schools that's open with the students there. So students work with us all the time, all year round. They're a street team. They're with us in the studio today. They always are engaged in civic work, and really showing them as a model that you can love your community, be proud of your community, and actually give back to your community. And so that's just what we do all the time. And then we have village meetings every other month on the third Tuesday of the month, where we just inundate residents with so much information that we feel is very valuable and very relevant. And so we do that on a consistent basis, and we've been doing that for the last 5 years.
And during the village meetings, you give information about what's happening in the community, things that are going on, and the entire gamut.
Yes, we may have Whole Foods representatives from the city. We might have a new clinic that's opening up. We might have other services that are available for residents, and we have them come be guest speakers, talk about initiatives that are happening. So yeah, it's like what we love to do. Okay. And I love it. So
now, where do the village meetings take place?
We do all over the greater Inglewood community. So similar to our acronym, Resident Association of Greater Inglewood, is West Inglewood and Inglewood together. And it's also a play on words in terms of Greater Inglewood, because we want a Greater Inglewood. So we move around to different locations, churches, the police stations, libraries, anywhere who will have us for a village meeting. And we do that purposely to touch more residents throughout the Greater Inglewood community.
That is absolutely incredible. So now, have there been other communities reaching out to you to say, hey, we want to replicate what you are doing in your community?
Quite frequently in South Shore and Roseland and West Lawndale. They actually say they want RAGE in their community, which RAGE is the Resident Association of Greater Inglewood. But yes, I've talked to a lot of different organizers, a lot of different groups, and basically share not exactly what we do, but the spirit of why we do it. And usually that's what really resonates with people. And then they could start whatever they feel is more appropriate for their community. I'm just a strong believer that folks who do this work need to live in the community and where they do the work. And so you have a greater sense and a greater pulse on the community. And so the majority of our members are all residents here, and they really are strong and trusted voices of the Greater Inglewood community.
And Asia, I didn't ask you this, but how did RAGE come into existence? What's its origin? Its
origin really is, I was volunteering throughout the community at a lot of different organizations, and I would notice that I was the only resident who was at the table who were talking about plans for the future of my community. And so I would engage additional residents to come and be at those spaces and volunteer as well. And then I started this film series for young people that brought residents from all over who were they were professionals, they were teachers, they were photographers, they were political folks. And then we just said we need our own thing. And so that when people are doing plans in our community, they come to us and we don't go to their table. And that was really the census. In Inglewood, we have 6 different automatic wards. So it was very important that we had a representative from each of those wards to help create RAGE. And that was purposely to unify us as a neighborhood and not divide us through those automatic wards.
So tell me, what's an automatic ward?
So that's the alderman, which is a representative, a council member. We have 50 in total and 6 who represent the Greater Inglewood community. And so our thing was, it didn't matter if you lived in the 17th ward or the 6th ward, we all are dealing with the same issues within that area. And so that was a lot, some of the premise too, as why we got started.
Now, how did you end up becoming president?
I think it was, they did vote, but I think because I took the action to mobilize people to start it, and I really kind of birthed the baby, hey, this is what we want. Let's get together. Let's have our conference calls. Let's have meetings, and really coordinated everything that people said, okay, you need to be president. And then they voted.
Okay. So now, do you like what you do?
I absolutely love what I do. I absolutely love it. I think people don't understand that a lot of times, even though we're not paid to do what we do, it has added so much value to me and to my own sense of purpose. My grandmother was an activist herself. My grandfather was an entrepreneur in the community. So I just feel like I'm living those legacies out and really doing something that represents the greatness that can come out of our community. And so I always was the type who took up for people who was bullied. And I feel like Inglewood is like that stepchild and always bullied by Chicago as well as everyone outside of the community. And I want to stand up for it. And so I absolutely love what I do.
Good for you, Asia.
Thank
Good for
you.
you. Now, give me some contact information.
Sure. Our website is www.rageinglewood.org. People can email us at joinrage@gmail.com. And our phone number is 866-845-1032. And whatever social media outlet you're into, you probably can find us on there.
Give me that phone number once again.
866-845-1032.
Asia, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Talking to you, getting more information.
Yes.
Now, please know that the door here at Focus Talk is always open. You don't have to knock.
Thank you.
Just come on through. Please keep me abreast of what's going
Please.
on. And give
you.
me some closing words.
Some closing words. If you basically find Rage, I mean, find us somewhere in the parks or our village meetings, our open house. Go on our website. If you want to get involved, if you are interested in positive change in the greater Inglewood community, Rage is the association for you. And we are always looking for folks who love our community and want to do something to make a difference. So please, again, go to our website at rageinglewood.org or call us and catch us in the summer at one of the parks for So Fresh Saturday.
All right. Awesome information.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure being here.
You're in tune to Chicago's most popular college music radio station, 89.3.